the tweets and stuff out. A moment. Why did I close Blue Sky? That retweet. That retweet. Technically, it's a repost. Anyway, hello, Internet. How we doing? Starting off Valkyria Chronicles tonight. I will show this off real quick. If I can get to it. Of course. There we go. 52 Toys was at a toy show this week. And they showed off the third of the cats. Little cat Mini Coopers they have. It looks really nice and really cool. I will say, I kind of agree with someone I saw on a forum thread of just like, I wish they quit showing the thirds because they haven't released the thirds of any of them yet. There's the first of the monkey trucks that's on sale at the moment. With the first piece drive they ever did. Right there. In the bay. Nice and cool. Yeah, just wanted to show that off real quick. You don't see any game at the moment because it's technically minimized. Should come back up now. Yes. Hooray! Let's say, what's in extras? I think all the DLC. Yeah, all the DLC stuff is here. I don't know if we'll do this. Forget when all those pop up. Or when to do all those, at least plot-wise. We'd probably do the Edie one at least. That one does give us stuff in the main game. I don't think the other one does. I think the other two don't unlock until post-game.
The year was 1935 EC. Two powers controlled the continent. In the east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire. In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral ragnite for their survival, and its growing scarcity led to the inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east when the Empire aggressively crossed their western border. The Atlantic Federation responded, and the Second European War was on. The Empire, with its vast military superiority, struck hard, gaining ground in early victories and putting the Federation on the defensive. Emboldened by their progress and momentum, the Empire set their sights beyond the borders of the Federation. In neighboring Gallia, a peaceful principality along the sea, they found their next victim. Gallia had long maintained its neutrality in the tensions between the two superpowers. But the rich stores of ragnite under the Gallian soil proved too tempting for the Empire. It amassed troops along the eastern border and invaded with all the force of an avalanche. Prologue. Gallia to arms.
All right. Only way part this is going to show me Xbox controls when I'm using a PlayStation controller. I'm going to turn down music just a little bit more. Oh, that didn't work. All right, that should be better. Okay, so quick introduction to Valkyria Chronicles. This is a real-time, technically, okay, or more it's turn-based, but with some real-time combat and stuff. We'll see that once we get to the proper combat and stuff. Tactics game. This originally came out on the PS3. This is actually the PC remastered version because they remastered the game a while back. Basically, it's a not World War II based game. If it's not obvious from all of the maps and the talk and specific verbiage used, yeah, this is not World War II, basically. We are not necessarily playing any specific country, just a country in Europe, basically. But yeah, if you want to get into this, it's on, like I said, Steam and all that. I think it's like $20 or so. There are 4 games, mind you. Only like 2 of them I think are widely available at the moment. The good news is you can play this or you can play 4 because they are technically not sequels of each other. They are 2 different fronts of the same war, and that is the same with Valkyria Chronicles 3, which only came out in Japan on the 3DS. You do see some of the characters from that game in Project Cross Zone that I played a while back, but we never got 3 stateside. And like I said, 3 is a different front of the war. This one is like the main front of the war. 3, I believe, is the eastern front of the war. Or at the very least, I feel like I knew this, but I think I've forgotten it over time. But I believe 3 follows a prisoner squadron. Or a squadron of prisoners that got conscripted into the war. I think they're deep behind enemy lines. But 4 is technically the northern front of the war. And again, is a different... You technically start in a different country and then go north, and then you're basically in the north for the entire game. I actually just recently finally finished Valkyria Chronicles 4 because I was stuck on one specific chapter because it was obnoxious as fuck. And then I dropped the difficulty, and then all of a sudden it became so much easier. This game can be mean. These games can be mean. Additionally, if you're looking into Valkyria Chronicles 2, that one's actually the sequel. It does pick up after the events of basically 1, 3, and 4, and doesn't acknowledge 3 and 4 because those didn't exist yet. That's on the PSP, if you care. I should have a copy of it somewhere. But yeah, that's a simple breakdown of Valkyria Chronicles as a franchise. If you wish to get into it, just focus on those 4 games. There's like an RPG somewhere out there that is like the last one that's gotten made, but it has nothing to do with anything, so don't worry about that one. Also, it's bad. Anywho, we're gonna get rolling. Additionally, all the games have this very storybook menu system. We'll get into more what this menu system does and what all these tabs you see over here on... Well, you can't see my mouse. Over here on the right and technically left. What all those mean and stuff. You can probably read them because you can probably read what's underneath each of the letters and stuff. But we'll get to them eventually.
March 1935. Outside the Gallian border town of Brule. Residents are leaving the town before the invasion, headed inland towards the capital.
Cutscenes are so much louder than the rest of this game. And I cannot turn those down.
I haven't been down this road in years. It really hasn't changed very much. Whoa. Already? Hey there, guys. You're beautiful. Starting early this year. You're heading upstream, huh? How's the water?
Freeze! Put your hands in the air. Slowly. Haven't seen you around before. What's your name?
My name's Welkin. And you are...
The one with the gun. We're with the Brultown Watch. I'm Alicia. Alicia Melchiot. So, I'm wondering what you've been writing in that little book you've got there. Imperial spies are in the area.
This book is nothing, really. I was just sketching the fish and, you know...
Yes. Oh, I know. And you know there's a war on, don't you? All right then, Mr. Artist. We'll talk about fish sketching down at the station. Take him away.
Thanks, fish.
Flowers, bugs, and fish. You're not bad with a pen, are you? I have to say, they're really very good.
Thank you. So you see, I really was just sketching.
Maybe. Or this could be some kind of secret code. And I intend to take my time finding out for sure.
Great.
Welks? Is that you?
Isara! Oh, your timing is perfect.
What have you gotten yourself into now, Welkin? Wait. Don't you live at the old general's house? That's right. I'm General Gunther's daughter, Isara. You do know everyone's supposed to evacuate, right? Yes, I'm aware of that. My brother's here to help me move to the capital, but that may be difficult. I mean, unless you're willing to let him go, that is. Huh? I apologize, but I was just doing my job, you know. I saw you with the notebook and thought you were a spy. Again, I'm really sorry about that.
Thanks. Don't worry about it. I can see how I might have looked a little suspicious.
Welks has a real passion for observing nature. That's why he's studying it at the university, right?
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am or that somebody might be watching me.
Gunfire! Everyone keep your heads down!
Over there! Come on! Damn it!
Welkin, you can handle a gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made it through training anyway.
Well, they're probably just a small scouting team. We should be able to take them out.
I'm with you.
All right, we can finally get into the gameplay. And by gameplay, I mean we're gonna get territorialized a little bit because there's a bit to the combat and stuff in this game.
Here's the plan. Let's get started. Just stay calm and get it done.
I see 3 of them.
That's 3 too many. Stay sharp. Listen a second. There's something I should explain.
Skip the text, I can explain myself. All right, so in the game, when you start your turn, you get command points, which are these little medals you see up top. You can use any one of them to move a unit and use them per turn. And I say any one of them because you can pick the same unit multiple times. This is actually where, if you want to get into like the speedrunning of this and like really, fast and dirty strategies to get A ranks and stuff, that's where, abusing the fact your scouts have like a mile worth of movement comes into play. Additionally, you see those same sort of medals next to characters, portraits, and names and stuff down in the bottom right. That means they're more or less one of your lead units. If they go down, they lose that badge. And that means you get one less, they're called CP, command points, but you get one less badge per turn. So it's important that you don't let these characters go down. If they do lose all their health, they don't die immediately. If you can get another unit to them and basically just touch them, they get evac and can come back, I think, a turn later or so. But if an enemy touches them, they're dead. So it's important to keep in mind. Anyway, we'll pick up Welkin here. So, see that meter down in the bottom middle? That is the AP meter. Basically, it is your movement meter. Any movement in any direction from where you start, even backwards, decreases that meter. So, as you can see, I'm walking forward, walking back, walking left, walking right. Free movement. Also, analog stick does big movement. D-pad does a little adjustment movement. We're going to go to here. That's going to tell us about attacking. Now, can't really demonstrate it here because this guy's turned back, his back to us. But as long as you're moving, enemies can fire upon you freely until they run out of ammo in their clip, and then they have to reload, and then they'll keep firing. But once you're in aim mode, they stop firing. They cannot fire on you freely anymore. They can only fire on you if you are in range of them to counter. Let me rephrase that. They can only fire on you if they're the unit that you fired at and they are in range to counterattack, basically.
Yes.
Ow. Do I have enough to... You know what? Just go for it. This is telling us about cover, which is what I did. Essentially, if you're in cover, you cannot get headshotted, like I did that unit back there. And you take more damage to go down, or you have more of a defense buff while you're in cover. People can destroy cover and remove that defense buff if they so desire. Also, just as a note, units do not have individual experience points. You can only level up units as a class. So basically, in this case, you can only level up the class of Scout, and that levels up everybody that's in that class. But you can only do that once we get to like the headquarters stuff and all that. So don't worry about it at the moment. But there you can see the enemy kind of firing on us. And we are taking damage. Also of note, as you can see when I'm aiming at a unit, you see up there top, you can see how many shots will kill and how many shots we have. You can see if I'm aiming at anywhere that is not the head, it's take 7 shots. But if I aim right at the head, it's 2. Also, as a note, your accuracy is that circle. Any shot of yours can go anywhere within this circle. So even though I am aimed dead center of his skull, I can miss. I won't. I don't know if the tutorials makes that happen, considering all those shots were dead center. But I could. Also, as a note, as you see here, this town watchman, I have not moved. He has a full AP meter. Welcome and Alicia here do not have those. They actually have so much less. So I can still select them again and move them again if I so desire, but I don't have as much movement as I did the first time I selected them. And that's kind of the debuff you take for trying to use multiple units in the same turn. Good news is, since they're scouts, they have so much stupid movement, I can pretty much have Welkin in one turn walk from one end of the map to the other. Also, left and right, or L1, R1, lets you auto-select, or throws you to, like, the next unit that you can shoot at in order. So, we'll do this again. And there, as you see, there was, like, that little bit of deviation in the shot. Some shots went below and did not headshot, while only 2 of them went high. So there's that deviation within the
I
circle.
don't see any more of them.
Hey, we got our A rank. Hooray. Not that much experience in money. But we are starting off.
Miss Melchiot, there's no other sign of the enemy.
Good. Now, go keep watch and stay alert.
Yes, ma'am. What should we do with the bodies, ma'am?
We'll bury them. So it's begun. I'll do whatever it takes to protect the people of this town. I'll do it. Even going to war, I'll do it. What are those?
Seeds from the lion's paw. It blooms white, small, simple, and strong.
I want to be able to remember, once the war is over, that it wasn't all just people killing people. That even in war, there was also new life.
On the 15th day of the 3rd month of the year 1935, the Empire began its assault in earnest. A formal declaration of war was made upon Gallia. Though it was only a small front in a massive continental assault, what followed would prove that a tiny nation could best a military giant. These events would tell a story of tragedy hidden in the mists of time. A story of courage and of trust, of persecution and hate, and of love blooming even through the flames of war.
Insert your Metal Gear 1 reference
What
here.
follows is a record of this conflict.
Hey, Double Spidey, how's it
Those
going?
who fought, lived, and died.
Ah, you just missed the first map. Also, apologies, but the cutscenes are very loud in this game, and I cannot change that. I can change the volume of everything else but the cutscenes. You're just in time for the title drop.
Chapter 1. In Defense of Brule.
Yeah, like I said, for some reason, it's just cutscene audio, because this is how the audio is for the rest of the game. I don't know what the issue is with the audio and the cutscenes. Again, I can't change that, because I can go in here in options and you can see there is no cutscene volume option. Oh, good. But yeah, as you notice from how that dialogue was spoken, it was from the person who wrote this book. The PS3 era, so I don't know. I could get up and go look at my copy and see what the copyright date on it is. This is from the PS3 era. This is remastered, mind you, so it looks a little bit better than it did on PS3. Not much, mind you, because it's the PS3. But yeah, as you notice from the dialogue and stuff, this is being told in a past tense because technically the entire story of this game is being told to us in this book, literally. As we'll see over the course of the game, this book is being written by a person we will run into in game, and so all of the events are portrayed through that book that was written. I believe all the Valkyria Chronicle games are told this way. They are told in this kind of like book format. Not even a present narrator. It is written by someone we literally run into. And they pretty much write the story of the events because they interview everybody involved. You've already seen their name. We'll get to them eventually whenever we get to headquarters. But for now, more plot. There's a lot of plot in this game. Especially if I decide to speedrun the maps and stuff. There will be more plot than game in that point.
Seeing that old mill spinning again?
Story plot.
Really makes it feel like home sweet home.
I hear that.
In case you didn't notice, Devil Spidey, this is a not World War II story, and it will involve all aspects of not World War II, including that bit. Don't worry, we'll get there eventually. For those that know Valkyria Chronicles, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, citizens, our enemy can't be far behind. I thank you for your help. Goodbye, and take care.
Also, I didn't notice until I saw a video about it. The original Sakura Wars devs were the ones that made Valkyria Chronicles, which is a really nice little interesting connection development-wise.
I only need to take the everyday basics.
Well, the Empire's got to be close by. Let's hit the road by sundown.
Martha, look! Welks is here!
Oh, welcome back, Welkies.
You're still calling me that? Martha, I'm 22 years old. And more important, you shouldn't be running around. Aren't you due any day now?
Ah, a light jog won't hurt the little spud. I should know. I've already had 4 of them.
Hello there. Is Welkin in?
Oh, hello, Alicia. What brings you here?
I just wanted to apologize. For before. Here. This is for you.
Really? These are for me?
I work at the bakery. Well, I did until the war started anyway. It's where I live, too. That's preserved bread, so it's pretty hard. Heat it up before you eat it, all right? I baked it myself, so the flavor's guaranteed. Best you ever had.
Thanks. Do you want to come in?
There's no auto mode for those wondering. I have to manually advance all dialogue. So if I'm not...
Arrested and shot at? You've had a busy day of it, haven't you, Welkies?
If I'm not very fast on advancing dialogue is because I am probably doing something else while dialogue is happening.
What? Wait, no, it's not like that. Alicia just saved my skin, that's all.
He's right, we just met. I'm not his girlfriend, just his hero. Although I'm really hoping to be his friend.
Oh, well, I'm sure you will. Be good to my Welkies here, won't you?
Okay, seriously, Martha, enough with the Welkies already.
That's a lovely portrait. Is that General Gunther?
Yep. It was taken before I was born. But that's Dad.
That's Dad? You're a lucky guy. And who's that with him, there?
My father, Tamer. He was an engineer. The General's tank was his creation.
Wait a minute, but I thought the General was your dad.
My birth parents died when I was a baby. The General was kind enough to take me in as his own after that.
Yeah, we're not related by blood, but she's definitely my little sister.
Sorry, was that question too personal?
No, I don't mind at all. I was blessed with two wonderful fathers.
Yeah, I guess you were, huh? Oh, is that really the time? I've got to get going.
Why don't you see her off, Welks? I can take care of the rest of this on my own.
All right, I will. I'll be right back.
See you later, Isara. Safe travels.
Wow, look at this. Brule's really becoming a ghost town.
They've been leaving for a while. Just about everyone is evacuated by now. You can't blame them. Tensions are rising with the Empire. We'll survive. The Town Watch will guard and protect the home front. Everyone will come back someday. They'll come back when it's safe again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Welkin, I'm curious. Are you gonna join the army like your father?
I don't think that's for me. What I'd really like to do is be a teacher.
Huh. A teacher?
Yeah.
Animals and insects, flowers and plants, they've always been my passion. I've learned a lot from nature. You see, my dad, he protected this country as a general, but it's just that I want to give back in my own way. My own way. You know what I mean?
I think I do. You're sure about it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's deep in your own way. Ah! What was that?
That sound.
Move it! Come on, let's go!
I don't believe it. The mill.
Miss Melchiot, the Imperials are attacking. There's a squad of them in town right now.
Get all the Town Watch together, now! We've got to fend them off.
They must be at Mill Plaza. I'll help.
Thanks, Welkin. Now move out! Stay low!
Second map of the game.
I'll explain
30
the
minutes,
mission.
and we are just now getting to play the game for the second time. There's a lot of plot in this game.
Okay, let's begin. It's up to us to defend Brule.
Now, as I was saying before,
Our target
Hang
is
on.
the Imperials in Mill Plaza. Focus on taking down their captain. Breaking the chain of command should at least buy some time for the townspeople to get away.
All right, I got it. Let's all be careful out there.
Got a second? Listen close and I'll explain.
This is saying when you can heal units. We have a, what's a little Arachnite healer item. We can heal ourselves or another unit that's on any unit you have available to you. Granted, all we have available is scouts at the moment. As I was saying before about speedrunning, you are kind of incentivized to speedrun the game. And by speedrun, I mean, I don't necessarily mean like doing any glitches or bugs or stuff. I do mean, like I said, using some very quick and dirty strategies to, for an example, take a scout, probably, if I'm willing to bet, I think it's Alicia here. Pretty much use her 3 times and like complete this game on turn 1. Now, why is that? That's because the ranking you see there on the for the valuation, that's time-based. That is turn-based, essentially. I think if you get a mission done within the first few turns, you're guaranteed an A rank. Otherwise, you start going down to like B's and C's and D's. And the higher rank you get, the more experience and money you get on the back end. Along with defeating certain units and stuff. So you are incentivized to, you know, play the game a little bit nasty if you really want to get those A ranks. I'm not going to try to do that. I might do it a couple times or so.
My turn, okay?
But I won't try to do it too much. Kind of just play how I want to play. And this is talking about sightlines. More or less, if they have a orange sightline, they will fire on you. If they have a yellow sightline, they can see you but not fire you. If they have a blue sightline, they can't see you, but you can see them. That's kind of the basics of it. So, like I said, orange ones here means we can see them. Not just saying, hey, we can use the shoulder buttons to quick select units, and then telling us about the crosshairs and the kill number. Kind of mentioned that earlier already. Let's kind of go through that dialogue real quick. But like I was saying about folks in cover, you can see I am lined up on the guy's head there, but it takes 9 shots to kill. So if I come over here to this guy who is not crouched behind cover, it takes 2 shots to kill him with a headshot. So that kind of shows the defense buff you get for being behind cover. Like I said, all cover is destructible in terms of like these sandbags and stuff. Units can blow that up with a grenade or just any other explosive, and tanks can run over them because, by the way, we will get tanks eventually. Yeah, we're gonna take this guy out real quick. Also, as of note, when you attack, you are automatically pulled out of aiming mode.
Enemy sighted.
And you can move again.
Ready to go.
Now, I'm thinking... Trying to remember if this is a mechanic in 1 or if it's just a mechanic in 4. We're about to test here real quick. That it might be a mechanic later. In Valkyria Chronicles 4, since I've been playing it a bit this week, since in the mood, since I was going to play this. If you are next to an allied unit when you target an enemy unit, they can support fire along with you. So they essentially take a normal shot alongside you to help you take out units.
Yes.
Use the Watchman here. Let's take this guy out. Also, your allies will automatically dodge any shots you do take that might be in their direction. So don't worry about shooting your allies. They know the move. They'll move. They only not move if it's like an area attack, in which case they kind of can't dodge that. Oh dear, that's not good. That might be bad. Oh, we're fine. That didn't do as much damage as I thought it was going to. Are they gonna throw a grenade? Oh, they're moving. Ooh! Ah, so close. Yeah, on enemy turns, you do get to crossfire enemies, and you know you can kill enemies on crossfire. Also, that's operation complete because we took down the enemy unit on their turn, mind you. I forgot who was the main unit.
What's that?
Sounds like a tank.
Tank. Second World War, not first. The main focus of this in terms of the Second World War is the European front. Which, like I said, entails all that has to offer. If you want to know why I'm not saying specifics, think about it for a second. You'll get there. Oh, wow, he almost died off that. But yeah, it's kind of it's a not World War II, basically. Like, the country names are made up. The map is only vaguely Europe. It's kind of like a proxy World War II, essentially. Yes, it is based off World War II rather than is actually World War II.
Welkin, tank!
Because we're right now in Gallia, in the city of Brule, which is not a real country and not a real city. Unless some country in Europe has a city named Brule.
I hate to say it, but we should probably pull out for now. Get off this road and into the alley to the east. It's too narrow for a tank to follow. And try to stay behind cover while moving. One blast from that turret and it's over.
Okay, where am I going? Oh, that way. Do I... Is it just... Welkin reaches the destination. Okay. So if Welkin needs to reach that destination, we're just gonna boogie. Whee! Oh, I don't have the healing item. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna stop there. Guess I need to readjust myself. Okay.
Here we go.
Whee! Almost died, but it's fine. That's operation complete. Welcome to how speedruns look in this game. You slap a defense buff on a scout and you just see them book it to objectives.
If they're rolling in the tanks, there's not much the town watch can do. We'll try to buy time so everyone can get away. I'll dig in my heels at the main gate and do what I can to stall them.
Okay, I'll head back to my house and grab Isara and Martha, then come back.
Be careful out there, Welkin.
Chapter 2. Escape from Brule.
Isara, Martha, please be okay.
her problem? She pregnant or just fat?
Who cares? Not gonna make any difference when she's dead.
Stop this now.
See what she's wearing? Take a good look at that shawl. She's a Darkson.
And that explains it. I thought this place stunk. Now I know it does. So, we got ourselves a fat one and a stinky one. PU. It's a regular pig farm in here.
I will thank you to watch your tongue in this house. You have to leave, now.
That's a big gun for such a little girl. Drop it.
Isara!
Huh? Hold it right there! Die! Darkson pig!
Isara, are you okay?
I'm okay thanks to you. But Martha, I think she's...
Martha!
This isn't good. She's gone into labor. Moving her would be dangerous.
Right. Well, we can't just leave her here. What are we gonna do? There are a lot of Imperials out there, Ys. It's only a matter of time before they take over the Mill Plaza.
Welks, listen. The barn out back.
What about it?
Our fathers have left us something. Something that might get us out of this mess.
So I guess as a forewarning, since you saw it there for rumors, first and foremost, do be prepared for some very casual racism involving darkskins and all that. So keep that in mind. That's going to happen a lot in this game. When I said a lot of aspects of World War II, it includes that one.
Dad's tank. Whoa. I can't believe it's still here.
And it's one of a kind. Here it is, the Edelweiss. Tamer built it especially for General Gunther.
Yeah, and it worked great, too. So it's just been parked here in the barn?
I wanted to make sure it would still operate, you know, in case of emergencies. I enrolled in a maintenance class given by the military. I wanted to be able to do what my father could do.
Well, that's great. But that's only a class, Isara.
It really didn't need much. Hardly any alterations at all. I just fitted it with a new turbine engine. It really improves on the power-to-weight ratio. The Edelweiss is field-worthy. Its firepower and mobility are more than a match for recent models.
Well, assuming it does work. What's next?
All right. Welks, you took the armored vehicle course, didn't you?
Yeah. Back in high school. Once.
We'll bring Martha here. She'll be safe inside the tank, and we can move to a better location.
I'm trying to think if we ever see the Edelweiss
Just leave
drift.
it driving to me, okay? All
We
you
might
have to
see it
do
drift
is
once,
give the
actually.
Isara, we ready to roll?
Things can drift, you just have to try hard enough.
Engaging engine. The Edelweiss is ready for deployment.
Alicia could still be out there dodging bullets, buying time for people to evacuate. Here's the plan. We're gonna pick up Alicia and get out of town. All right, Edelweiss, move out!
Look, they did not want to have to make an entire tank crew as one unit. So there's 2 people in the tank at all times. There is whoever's driving it, and then Welkin. And then that's it. There is no one else in that tank. It's fine. It's an anime tank.
Here's the brief for this operation. All right, let's begin. We've got to stop them here.
There's another aspect of the tanks that is also not realistic, but it's just how it is.
If this gate falls, there's going to be even more casualties among the townspeople. The Town Watch will defend this gate so as many people as possible can get away. Got a second? Listen close and I'll explain.
So that's just explaining what happened earlier of like, hey, sandbags are important. If you want to get an enemy out of them, toss a grenade at them. It'll destroy the cover. It'll damage them as well. The thing to keep in mind, and I guess when the Edelweiss shows up, we'll get into it then. Also to note, there's your icon for tanks. That's a shock trooper. They have basically machine guns. They don't have as much range as scouts do, but they have more damage.
My turn, okay?
Also, we can head up here for no good reason, to be honest, because at a certain range, let's see, can I get this guy? I just remembered to say, at a certain range, it doesn't matter. Even if you're aiming at their head, it will take more damage than normal to kill a unit. So in this case, I am aiming at their head, but it will take 16 shots to do so. And if I go down, it is question marks because I'm basically well beyond the range capabilities of my gun. So I will do damage, but it will be like a point of damage per shot, basically. Useless. So that's something to keep in mind when playing the game of you have a range. You have an effective range. Do remember it. Now, to be honest, I do not remember how to do this mission because it has been years since I played through all of this game. On PS3, mind you, so I don't think there's any point in me going. I could rob them of the unit.
Moving out.
Let me send Alicia. Should have done this earlier, so I'd had more AP. Oh well. Oh yeah, I can't get in the cover there.
Unit spotted.
There he is. See if I can rob him of an AP real quick. That was not the guy with the badge. As you see, our scouts are doing nothing to the tank. Just nothing at all. Now, if you're wondering about the big blue glowing thing on the back of the tank, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's important. Because it's a thing that goes both ways, and you're going to have to remember it very well when you play this game. As you can see, the tank is basically providing cover. You bitch. Alright, now it tells us about the little healing kit we can use.
Moving out. Enemy unit spotted. Enemy sighted.
Oh, wait, it's not going to. Okay. You don't have a grenade. All right, so that is robbing them of a CP, meaning they don't have a CP that they would normally have at the start of their turn. That does work on us too. So if, like, since Alicia has a CP, if she went down, we don't have that CP anymore.
My turn, okay?
Which is why I'm going to rush this way and ignore him.
Enemy unit spotted.
'Cause you're the person I've been after. Well, that is, you can see it here. That big glowing thing you see right there, that's the engine, basically, of the tank. If you hit that with, let's say, a rocket launcher or another tank shell, it goes boom. That's a one-shot. And just as a forewarning, that works both ways. Your tank can go boom in one shot, and then their tanks can go boom in one shot if you hit that, the big blue hit me spot. Just as a forewarning. That matters. So never, 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 never park your tanks with that facing the enemy. Because as I said, this game's mean. They will take full advantage of that. And 9 times out of 10, if Welkin goes down, that's game over. You will have to restart the mission from square one.
No! If this keeps up...
Also, where you park your units in terms of facing directions, that matters because that will determine their initial ability to see enemies and stuff in terms of sight lines. So if they have their back to an enemy, they will not see that enemy unless the enemy does something that will cause them to turn around. So it's important to park your units facing certain directions.
Here we go.
The tank should be able to breach that wall. It may provide us with a shortcut, Welks.
All right, let's give it a shot. Hang in there, Alicia.
Also, tanks don't heal in between turns. You have to have a specific enemy or a specific unit heal a tank. And also in this game, at least, in 4 it's not the case, but in this game, the Edelweiss takes 2 CP to use instead of a 1 CP, which is every other unit in the game.
Tank! It's a galleon tank!
Alicia, I'm sorry we're late.
Welkin, you have a tank?
We can talk later. Right now, we need to stop those soldiers.
Enemy tanks sighted, Welks. Switching to anti-tank combat. Armor-piercing shells loaded.
All right, let's go take it down.
I hope I have enough movement to make it around the corner. So I'm gonna have to try to get as close as I can to pull this off. But yeah, we have 3 options in terms of our attacks. So we have basically our tank shells. We have a mortar round, which is only useful for like doing grenade stuff basically, and a machine gun, which is just anti-personnel fire. Our main thing here is a tank. Now, again, that is a big hit me spot. So as you see, if we fire basically anywhere else, it's 3 shots. If we come down here to the treads, it is 14 shots. But if we go all the way over here, it's 2 shots. And we missed, because of course we did. I should have figured. And now we can't use the Edelweiss at all, because we are out of movement. So I'm just going to use Alicia to go take care of... got caught on the tree. The guy that was over here? Is he not over here anymore? Guess not. Now, as a note, regular enemies can shoot the radiator. As you see, it does dick all.
Underminer fire!
Oh, there they are. They were further back. I'll have Alicia go after him in a second.
Moving out.
Alright. I thought there was one more unit on this map. I thought there was.
Now.
No.
Here we go!
Beep beep. Getting closer, getting closer.
Entering combat. Now.
We have destroyed tank. Hooray.
Yes, we stopped it. Nice work, Ys.
Woohoo! Now you're my hero, Welkin.
The Imperials are running off for now. Looks like we bought some time at least.
Whelks! Whelks! It's a boy! Martha had a boy!
She gave birth in Dad's tank?
Yes, and without complications. They're both perfectly healthy.
Good. That's fantastic. Now let's stay sharp as we head out of town.
Also, you see, if I did it like one turn faster, I think I probably got an A rank there, maybe.
Two hours after the first shots were fired, Brule was under Imperial control. Though a mere skirmish by Empire standards, the raid on Brule would mark Welkin Gunther's first taste of battle and begin his rise to a Gallian hero.
Alicia.
I thought I would be ready for this. I knew war meant this might happen. It hurts. Seeing my town overrun like this, seeing all those people killed, it's just not right. How could all this happen? It isn't human, Welkin.
We look at those birds and see how wild and free they are. But they all have their own territories. If anything threatens their home, they'll risk their lives to defend it. People are animals too. We do what we have to, when we have to. Animals are in a constant struggle to stay alive, but I've also seen them help each other, almost like they were cooperating in order to survive.
Cooperating?
That's why I'm so into studying natural science. That coexistence. I want to know how it works. If we could figure that out, mankind could put it to use for our own survival. That's why I want to be a teacher, so that I can pass that knowledge on to the children. I mean, even if we can't completely eliminate war, at least we might learn to live together as one people.
You think so?
Whelks, look. Martha fell asleep, so that makes me the babysitter. See, Alicia?
Oh, he's adorable.
Just like you said, even in war, new life happens all around us. Come here. Look, that's your hometown.
Someday, we'll come back home again.
Yes. Someday soon. I know it.
Chapter 3: Vassal Urban Warfare.
That's fine.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession. Brule's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess. Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, All schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now. Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle? Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle, king of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
Bear in mind, he's a nature buff.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Galleon Militia Enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Galleon Militia Enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am!
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other?
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today. But you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgreaves. They'll be your new home. So get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
So, this is the headquarters part of the book mode, because if I can go... Can I go? Oh. I cannot. We have to go through everything here in headquarters at the moment. So here's the squad list. It just shows everybody that's on our squad at the moment. We've got Rosie and Largo for the moment. Rosie's a shock trooper. Largo's a Lancer. Lancer's basically guy with big rocket launcher that is shaped like a lance.
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome. This is the command room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits. Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents. I should probably touch on the 5 classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes. Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards. That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out.
They're also the bulk of your speed run, but
Next
don't worry
up,
about that
the
part.
shock trooper. They're the ones to break through enemy lines and clean up. They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant. After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank. They're also well shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback. Changing gears, we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think of them as combat facilitators. Lastly, we have the snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for. That should cover the basics. Go ahead and put a squad together now. There's room for 20, and you can swap units at any time.
To be fair, they're the only guns with a scope in this game. So as you can see, we have a lot of units we can choose from. We can unlock more as we go along. Also of note, we cannot get rid of Alicia, Rosie, and Largo. They are locked in. We are stuck with them for the entire game, which is fine. They're good. Also as a note, we'll probably see this later, so I'll just talk about it later. I'm trying to remember who I used mainly. Oh. No, technically. Leveling up and all that in terms of class ranks and stuff works differently than like a Fire Emblem. I'll talk about that here in a minute. I think that we should have access to that menu. Also, if you know Skies of Arcadia, hi Vice from Skies of Arcadia.
The name's Vice Engelbard. Let's go kick this war in the teeth.
And I believe, also, here's Ika, also from Skies of Arcadia.
I'm Ika Thompson. I'll try my best. Sound good, Welkin?
Don't have the sniper I usually use. Go with Carl.
My name's Carl Lanzet, sir. It's a pleasure to join you.
Or go 2-2 and 2 for now. I'm remembering you. You believe I had...
Hey, soldier! I'm Jan Walker. I'll fight with everything I've got.
Yep, I remember. I think Ryoko was also somebody used as well.
Hi there. I'm Yoko Martins. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Who else did I use engineering-wise? I don't remember. None of these people look familiar. Let's go in order.
My name is Dallas Wyatt. I'm excited to be joining up.
Yeah, I think everybody in this game is like 18 and up. I do not recognize any of these scouts. It probably doesn't help that I probably only ever used Alicia and Aika. I think I recognize you.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Ted Ustinov, and I've got some great new material for you.
Let's say I gotta rep Edie.
I'm Edie Nelson. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly.
I think I have, what, 3 each now? Oh. I can't leave. Grab both snipers. Yes.
My name is Cesare Regard, and I'll handle things my own way, thank you.
Oh, whoops, I skipped their dialogue. Can I get that back?
I feel good about the time we had, sir. If called again, I'd gladly fight for the team.
Oh, nope, oops. I accidentally skipped her dialogue. I got button mashy.
I'm Ramsey Clement. Hey.
Besides sniper, because I don't technically have a third sniper I can recruit. So with 3 apiece, and we still have 6 more. I guess like 1 more each, at least. Get Mohawk Man here.
Hey, Welkster. I'm Melville Young. I'll do my best, man.
Hi, I'm Aisha Newman. Nice to meet you, Mr. Walken.
The name's Walter Nash, buddy. Pleasure to be working with you.
Hello, sir. My name is Nadine. I'm sure I'll be coming to you for help.
I guess 1 more out. Get the old man in here.
Please, call me Wavy. From today onward, we fight together.
Haynes Salinger, reporting for duty, sir.
Alright, I guess, since I can do that here, I will do this on Leisha. So, what you see up here, these P's, those are potentials. Those are either positive or negative buffs that can proc in combat. Sometimes they're conditional, sometimes they just have a random chance of happening. So, in the case of Alicia here, if she's on Bear Dirt, it boosts her accuracy. If she's near a close friend, she gets just all abilities are up. Also, if she's near any of the units that she has likes for, that is also a buff. But like I said, they can be negative. For instance, desert allergy. If he's in a desert area, he's taking an HP debuff and loses HP over time. Also, if he's nearby a close friend, he takes an accuracy debuff. Like I said, potentials are both positives and negatives. And they are different for every single person. And they are something to keep in mind.
Well, feel like you struck a balance? Come back anytime you'd like to adjust your squad. As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list.
And yeah, you're free to swap out people as necessary.
Go through training together, so they're all ready for combat. They'll be at the same level as the rest of the team you've taken into the field. You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience. Trust in your own judgment and pick a team you know you can work well with. That should be enough to get you started. You can figure out the rest as you go.
Wow. Squad leader's a lot of responsibility. Come to think of it, Faldio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he? I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
Yeah, we'll go to the training field, because this is what I was going to try to talk about earlier.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape. Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learned. I will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But don't go trying to hog all the glory. A squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level 3. You get it? When the scouts level up, that means each and every one of them goes up that level. You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now! All right. Now I'll show you lowlives how this whole thing actually works. It ain't complicated. First you go out there and fight, then divvy up that experience here. Once the experience you cram into a soldier class clears a set amount, it'll level up. Picking which class to level up and when is your job as the squad leader. Now give it a go. Train all you want. I've got all day.
So as the very angry drill instructor said, all your units, depending on their class, level up at the same time. So all your scouts level up at the same time, all your shock troopers level at the same time. And you have to come in here and spend that experience. So, like I said, the better your rank, the more experience you get, the more you get to spend here. Now, those you have active in your squad and those you don't have active in your squad all level up at the same time too. So it doesn't matter who you pick. They will all be the same level, regardless. I think I can do like a full level up across the board. Because I try to keep it balanced.
Bite the bullet! No pain, no gain! Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human. Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers.
Also, when you level up, at certain levels for certain classes, they get new potentials. These will always, I believe, be positive. So you always get new positive potentials for your different classes and stuff.
That session beat a new potential out of the snipers.
When you level up, which is always good.
You're better than this. Push those limits.
I just saw what experience we're left with.
Good work.
We have 420 experience left over. Nice. We got the weed number. Now you can partially put experience into something, and it will count. It just means you just don't have that much experience to level them up. So I will put the 420 in here.
I got no use for tears. Sweat, sweat, sweat.
But as you see, it's just kind of like it stays there because you should have a certain amount that you need to still get.
Got it? That's how training by class works. Now get out there and rack up some experience. Oh, and there's one more thing to add. Sometimes leveling up a unit class will unlock a hidden potential in them. You can think of potentials as the natural abilities your soldiers have inside them. Those abilities will form a big part of your strength in the field, so keep them in mind. Other times, leveling up a class will earn you clearance for a new order. Here, as long as we're talking about it, I'll teach you a classic, a real golden oldie.
So, orders are things you can also spend your command points on in combat. Basically, you tell a unit or all your units to dodge better, or punch harder, or take bullets better. Basically.
Orders are special commands you can give out as the squad leader. They can save your tail. It doesn't take a genius to see that leveling up your soldiers is the best way to beef up your squad. The soldiers will get stronger, and you just might unlock new potentials and orders. All that just from me working you sorry bums into the dirt. I just hope you maggots are ready for a real workout the next time I see you here.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about, going, oh, well, I picked my squad at the start, I'm stuck with them forever. No, you can pick and choose. The only people you're stuck with forever are the story important people, because to be perfectly honest, just to go in here.
Hello.
Everybody that's not in red there, they're not very story important. They may pop up in a cutscene every now and again in terms of a background thing, but it's only the names in red that are the important people. Yeah, like I said, we can't get rid of Alicia, Rosie, and Largo. But the thing is, you don't want to, because they're really good. So just don't. Like, just don't throw away Largo. He's really good. Trust me, as someone who's played this game, no, Largo, Rosie, and Alicia are really good at their really good units. Don't throw them away, even if you could. There's no point in it.
Come.
Welcome to R&D, man. What can I do you for? Huh? Wait, I know that insignia. You're Lieutenant Gunther, aren't you? I knew it! Man, I've heard about you. That evacuation at Brule was just... wow! Protecting a tiny life in the middle of all that slaughter? Man! Oh, Lieutenant, you're good people. You get all my respect and then some, bro.
What's going on, Leon? I could hear you from clear across the hangar.
Oh, Casey, check it out! It's Lieutenant Gunther! He's the man!
Sorry about him, Lieutenant. He's like this all the time, I'm afraid. But where are my manners? I'm Kreese Cherney. I'm training here as a mechanic.
Oh, and I'm Leon Schmidt, but just call me Leon, bro. I'm your boy.
So, Lieutenant Gunther, what brings you down to R&D today? We do work here on weapons development, making upgraded weapons and equipment.
And that includes rifles and machine guns. We can even soup up your tank. Of course, research expenses aren't cheap.
With rifles and other firearms, we'll mass-produce new models as they're developed. You won't have to worry about making enough for your squad. We'll outfit them.
For tanks, you can upgrade the baseline performance of the body itself, Or develop optional parts that you can add on to tweak out its specs.
Right. You can choose which optional parts you want in the tank equipment section. Come in anytime and make adjustments based on the needs of the operation at hand.
So yeah, I'll show the tank stuff first since that was the last thing. So parts-wise, you have this grid you can fill out, and you do pick up parts that will fill out this grid. You're basically Tetris solving your way to getting some bonus stuff. And like they said, weapons-wise, here is your weapon tree. As you notice, it divides after a while. Down the middle is the main upgrade path. And then the other two paths are different depending on the weapon. You won't have to worry about this split for a while because what you can do with the skill tree is actually chapter locked. Until you reach certain chapter marks, you won't be able to progress very far into the skill tree. So I'm pretty sure right now, yeah, I can only do like the first upgrade across the bar for everything. I think maybe after this chapter or the next one, like the next couple will unlock and so on and so forth. Like they said, they mass-produce the weapons, so it just gives the best weapon to the units that they have equipped. So since Lancers were equipped with the M1 before, they now have the M2. The only time that is going to change is when you do this divide. And then you have to select which one. And the best part is you can either have specific units use certain like weapons or have all units use the same weapon. That is a selectable option when you're giving them the weapon. I will also note you can pick up weapons that are for just a person. Like you only have one of. The only way you can really do that is on maps. There will be named enemy units that are like regular soldiers, but they have a name to them. They're a little bit harder to kill than normal units, but if you kill them, you get a weapon for it. Those weapons usually have some sort of better stat to them or a better something to them. But like I said, you only get one of it. So you have to pick a specific person to use that weapon if you so desire to give someone that weapon.
All set for you, bro.
Also, grenades are universal amongst all units. There's no divide on them. Uniforms, basically every character but Lancers shares a uniform. And then Lancers have their own uniform. And then we come down here to the Edelweiss. These are your main upgrades. These you don't have to worry about, like, Tetrising your way to get these upgrades. They just automatically apply. And these are 3 separate skill trees. They are not,
Here you go, bro.
you know, a split thing. So, like, this is your tread defense. This is your, you know, attack stuff. I think this is for the main body. Do not remember. But this is the Tetris stuff. As you can see, it will have a block size. This is a 1x1 that gives your treads 50 more health. This gives critical defense. And it's a 1x1. And then this stuff is also, you know, those Tetris upgrades. Plus 5 accuracy, and it's a 1x1. But we can't afford any of those because we spent all our money. You can spend money elsewhere.
Was that helpful? We're working here around the clock to make possible tomorrow what's out of reach today. Come again a little later. We'll do our best to have something useful for you by then.
Yeah, you better come back soon, bro. I am all fired up to work on stuff for you.
Those mainly have to deal with the blank spots you see down there in between R&D and book mode. But now we can get out of book. We can go back to book mode. But yeah, now you can see what those tabs are for. So if we go into here, our chapter select just lets us go back to the different chapters. You can replay missions to get better ranks. if you so desire. Yeah, you just have to go back to the chapter, select it. Well, I can't select it right now, but you get the idea. And then tap select here. Takes us to the different little bookmarks you see. So this will take us directly to headquarters. And it'll take us back to that menu we were at before. And then the other tabs you see down the right are all the different like sections there for other stuff. Also, you can just mainly turn the page. And it will just go to the next available page. Yeah, it stays within the tabs you're in, so I can't go from headquarters to here doing page turn, but I can go to other chapters. Save's also in here. We haven't saved yet. Also, this is literally the PS3 save menu. Nice to know they just carried that over, because this is literally the PS3 save menu. What it looks like when you save on PS3. But we are gonna keep going.
Welks. There you are. I've been looking for you.
Hey, Ace. How'd your enlistment go? No problems?
I registered as a tank pilot and mechanic. Maintaining and operating the Edelweiss will be my responsibility from now on. I think it's nice that we'll all be on the same squad together. I think so too.
So what are you up to now?
The tank's hangar space is just through here. I was just carrying some Ragnite fuel back. It's used to power the tank, and also for the turret-mounted cannon rounds.
I guess I'm just more used to seeing it in street lamps and medical compounds.
Seems like everything is Ragnite-powered these days. That stuff is everywhere.
And in case you missed it from before, Ragnite's just the made-up material that is like powers everything in this world.
They say the Empire's invading only to get at all the Ragnite in Gallian soil.
Oh, that's right. I had something to give you, Welks.
What's this?
Father's flare gun. It was in the barn, but I thought you might have some use for it.
Another hand-me-down.
I gave it a once-over. It might be old, but it's still serviceable.
I didn't mean... I just can't believe I'm a tank operator now. Thank you for this, Ace.
I'll do a spot check on the Edelweiss now, to make sure it's ready to go at any time. Alright, we'll get going for now then. See you later.
Also, you can review any cutscene if you've missed them, because they're all available for you to just pick.
I'll cut to the chase. Here's your mission. The Great Vassal Bridge was just taken by the Empire. It's a key strategic position.
The Great Vassal Bridge?
It's a major drawbridge crossing the canal in Vassal, just outside the capital.
That bridge is a part of the central transit artery, leading into Randgreaves. Our mission is to take it back. The Empire has been running a blitz, with their shock troops outrunning their defense. Our 3rd Regiment will retake the bridge before defensive reinforcements can arrive.
How quaint. The militia holding a little strategy meeting of its own. How long were you planning on hiding out in here, Verrot?
My apologies, sir. We'll depart soon.
Whatever. They're just country mice. It's not like they'll be much help.
More help, perhaps, than your army unit that couldn't hold the bridge in the first place.
Hey!
Regardless, Vassal remains a critical position. We'll reclaim it immediately.
Well, all good. See that you do.
Who was that?
General Damon, commander of the Central Forces.
Central Forces? That's the army branch the militia was folded into, right?
That's right. They say the general's an aristocrat. He looks down on the common militia.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Now that the war's begun, we all need to band together and fight to keep Gallia safe. Who cares at this point whether you're in the army or the militia? It's ridiculous.
Gentlemen, let's return to the mission. We'll begin by taking back the Western Bank to gain a foothold for reclaiming the bridge. Lieutenant Gunther, I'm assigning Squad 7 to this mission. It's your first maneuver, so be smart.
Yes, Captain.
The other squads are on patrol. Stay sharp and be ready to help take back the bridge. I'm counting on all of you out there. Now move out.
Just unlock this. I might have skipped the dialogue that showed it. These are skirmishes. These are free battles, basically. They just are random battles that you can take part of on maps that you've already technically done before. They just might have a different objective than before. If you ever feel like you're low on experience and money and want to get a little extra, kind of like maybe get that last little bit to a level for a unit, or get that last little bit to get a specific upgrade, come here, do these skirmishes. You get some much needed experience and money. The experience of money isn't too bad in this game. I think just first, like one clearing a skirmish would be enough to give you just a little bit extra to kind of play with. But otherwise, I think you'll be fine. Just kind of going through the game as is. Like I said, it has been a few years since then, so I honestly don't remember.
Here are details on the current operation.
So now we get to freely drop in our units. And as you see on the failure, Welkin dies. And Welkin is in the tank pretty much every mission in this game. So keep that in mind. Like I said, where you park the tank, otherwise you will die in one shot. Now we can just pick whoever we want. Largo is set up in the city. I think Alicia and Rosie are on the riverbank. Yep. I don't want my sniper. One of my snipers. Here, I still want an engineer here because engineers replenish replenish your units that have ammo on their weapons. So specifically, snipers and lancers, they have 3 shots in their weapon before they run out. They will get a bullet or a rocket back every turn, but if you want them to have a full clip, you have to have an engineer just kind of like run into them, rub up against them, and be like, here's ammo. I think I'm put like an device here. And I'll drop an engineer over here.
We're prepared to commence the operation. I look forward to good news from you.
Split into 2 teams, offensive and defensive. Squad 7, move out!
Also, now the title should make sense for folks if you've looked at the title and be like, Chronicle of the 7's? Oh, we're Squad 7. That's where the title comes from.
All right, it's our first mission. Let's split into 2 teams, City and Riverside. I'll lead the Riverside team towards the enemy encampment with the Edelweiss.
Shock Trooper here. Leave the offense to me.
City team, your job is to guard the base. Be ready for anything, including tanks.
How long you think I've been an anti-tank man? Couple of tanks ain't no sweat.
That's a spirit, Largo. Now, let's move out!
Listen closely. This information could save your life.
So that just tells about camps. So camps are your bases, basically. You have a main base, just like the enemy does, as you'll see up here. If the enemy captures your base, it's game over. But if you capture the enemy base 9 times out of 10, that's hooray, you win. That's the objective. There are smaller bases that you can capture along the way, and you can't do this here, but usually you don't have a full deployment of units that you can have for a map at the start. You can call in more units if you spend a CP to call them in. So if you want to get like an extra unit in there that you think you might need mid-mission, you can do that. Also, here's our orders page. Right now, we can only tell someone to dodge bullets better. I'm trying to think of what my best options here are. So I'm trying to not whoop my cover, because that would be bad.
Try to time your shots carefully.
Alright, so I'm going to blow these guys up. Just kind of get them out of the way.
Target silenced. Head for the next one.
And the Edelweiss can kind of act as cover there. Let's go with Rosie. And as you see with Rosie and eventually Largo, they have the same badge on them that Alicia and Welkin have. That means that when they're on the field, we get an extra CP. But if they die, we lose that CP. So we can't have them die. Otherwise, we will have less moves we can do.
Defend the base camp at all.
I'll do my best.
Alright, I'm trying to get my guys
Leave it all to me.
into cover here. Especially up front, that way they can aim at these guys better. Now, good news.
Here I go.
As long as you have allies in base, they cannot capture the base. It's only if allies are not in the base. It's essentially not within the basic square that the sandbags create, can they capture the base. That's important, because that works the other way. And now you begin to understand how speedruns work. Because our objective is to capture the enemy base. If there's no one in the enemy base, we capture it. It doesn't matter if there's a tank parked in front of it. That's a win.
I'm not done yet.
Been waiting here.
My turn, okay? Enemy sighted.
Oh, hi. I didn't realize there was an enemy right there until it started shooting at me. That's also a thing. Enemies can be hiding in the grass, and until you, you know, come across them, they're basically invincible. Or invisible. So you do have to watch out for that. So he just shot the corner of the building there. And it got him killed. Nice. Thanks. Thanks, AI. Appreciate that. Now, the good thing is tanks also have the ability to crossfire. And they have really good crossfire. And there is the enemy losing a CP. So now they have one less CP than they had when they started this turn. It won't really apply until next turn. Or their next turn, mind you. But they will have one less CP. And the enemy can end their turn with CP left over. If you end your turn with CP left over, it carries over to the next turn. So you do get that extra. You don't waste that CP. You do keep it. But there is a max amount of CP you can have at one time when you start a turn. Looks like we have a shock trooper in the grass there. I'm just gonna drive up here. I think, can I hit him from here? I should be able to. Oh, I saw the... I saw it change.
It's just beyond the next corner.
Also, while you're moving and attacking and stuff, you'll get radio chatter. Both enemy and ally radio chatter. And the ally stuff is just kind of like generic ally stuff from like regular soldiers, no one on your squad specifically. And the enemy chatter is the same way, where it's just random people. And whoop. Wanted to duck in the grass to make sure. Okay. Also, that was an ace unit. Since he had a name, since we killed him, that means, hey, we get a weapon at the end of this map, as long as we finish the map and not game over.
Moving out.
That's also why they were able to take a mortar shell to the face. Ace units tend to have more health and are a little bit more defensive than regular units.
Our defense is thin anywhere.
Enemy unit spotted.
It's just beyond the next.
Enemy unit spotted. Please hit.
So we can climb ladders that are on the map and get up to certain elevation stuff and be able to have a better idea of what we're dealing with. In this case, we can now see, if we go back to the menu, how the base looks. Now, as I was saying before, when it came to capturing bases, as long as there's no units within the square that is that base, you get to get the base. Meaning, as soon as these shock troopers are dead, we can capture that base. It doesn't matter if that there's a tank part right there, or this engineer, or this shock trooper, or this scout, or this tank, or that shock trooper, or that scout. None of those matter. Even that scout doesn't matter. These two shock troopers are the only thing keeping us really from completing the map. We kill them, we can just capture the flag, and we're done. That is the part that I think can, like, get to some people, because when you... Like I said, if you do kind of more speedrunning strategies, you do very quick and dirty strategies of just zooming into this base with a scout, murking these two shock troopers, and you just capture the base in like a turn. Or 2 turns. It all depends. Because there are strategies to do that. But it's whether or not you want to do them, I feel like. Because you don't have to.
Let's do this thing.
And that's also if you can figure them out, because they tend to be kind of high risk strategies, because like I said, you're sending your scouts in, which are some of your weaker units, to, you know, It's a fairly dangerous situation. You can mitigate that with orders and stuff, but it, you know, you still run into problems. So we're going to turn this corner.
Watch out for enemy count.
I'll take care of it.
All right, that's another less CP for them.
Nice work.
Just watch this.
Now, the downside is because of how I have Vice position. If anybody comes through that hallway, Vice won't immediately fire on them because he does have his back to them. Also, I hurt myself poorly because I couldn't reach them. Granted, I was going to hit that shot anyway. But yeah, you see the less... how much less CP they have now.
Gah! Damn tank's busted right through the stinking wall. Well, it's my turn now. Stick this in your pipe and smoke it.
Stay sharp. Tanks can break through crumbling walls and trample down sandbags and trees.
Ow. And you can see how much a mortar shot normally should do, because that did a lot to Vice. Probably not enough to much to Largo. This is just saying that, like, certain units or certain things have ammo. So Lancers and Snipers have 3 bullets or 3 rockets apiece. You only have, like, 1 mortar shell per turn in the tank, unless you use your engineer to give them the ammo back.
Just watch this.
So I'm going to use Largo here to do this fancy fun maneuver, which is put myself right at the back of the tank, do this, and kaboom! That is why you don't park your tank. Park your tank with the big blue blinking bit facing the enemy. Thankfully, the enemy is not that mean, because if they wanted to be mean, they could have took this tank right here, drove it right up behind us, and just shot us once and killed us. So then, the AI is not that mean, at least with tanks, but it is mean with other units.
Entering combat.
Watch out for hidden enemies. Don't let it...
Of course, I am mean, so I will do that exact same strategy.
Who are these guys?
Entering combat. Fire!
Who are these guys?
Now, I'm going to try a thing. I'm going to break this, and then boop. That should, yep. We're just going to...
I'm on it.
I was worried for a second. I thought she wouldn't have got that. Alright, got 2 CP left. Should be able to... And I don't have to really take out the shock trooper, especially because he's pointing... Well, no, he's pointed the way I need to go, so... Removing you from the equation.
Moving out.
I don't want any wasted lives out there.
And we've completed the map.
Operation complete. We took the...
Now, as you can see, that's still a B rank. That was 3 turns. And that's still a B rank. I think 2 turns or 1 turn is an A rank. As you see, like, most of our experience is from rank. It didn't really add up to that much. It was like, what, 4K? It was like, or like 5.1K, really, was our experience. Yeah, 1 or 2 turn for A rank. Also, here's the weapon we got since we killed that that named unit. We only get 1 of it, mind you, and I'll show that. We'll go to headquarters real quick, and I can show that. Granted, like I said, you can replay missions, so you can replay them to get the better ranks when you have better levels, better equipment, all that. So the ranking is more just, it's there. It's not like the biggest deal unless you really want to optimize your experience and money and all that. Okay, but I can't do that here. I thought I could do that in R&D. I could not. I have to go. Yeah, squad barracks. So yeah, I'll go down to Rosie here. So you see that Mags M2. That's our current weapon that we're developing and stuff in R&D. This ZM-MP1. That is the weapon we just got from the Ace unit. And as you see, we only have 1 of it. And it has worse aim. It has incredibly worse range. But it has a stupid amount more... It has more infantry damage you can do. And it has a lot more armor damage you can do. Armor is just tank damage, essentially. And the person damage is infantry damage against people. But yeah, if I equip this to her... and go to, say, Hans here, I can't equip that. I only get 1 of it. And here you can see, you know, equip it to all of the units in this class or equip only to the current unit. If you want to equip, when we get to that splitting of the skill tree, if you want some of them to have, like, the main upgrade weapon or a weapon that has, like, more maybe personnel damage, more tank damage... It's a part of that, like, customizing the squad as you desire. And since we're here, and I have experience in money to burn, I might as well burn it. So we'll finish off Shock Troopers, do Lancer, do Engineer, do Sniper. That gets everybody to level 3.
You're better than this! Push those limits!
Level 20 might be max in this game. It's max in Valkyria Chronicles 4. So it might be that same max here.
Looks like that session beat a
So Shock Troopers get potential.
Okay, you've earned clearance.
We got a new order, specifically defense boost. We can tell units, take bullets better. Stop getting hurt as much. Because that is all that they do. And this gets scouts to level 4. And scouts get a new potential. And we can see here what those potentials are. And it's just the bonus potentials you see here. So Alicia gets undodgeable shot, meaning you can't dodge this shot. It doesn't matter if you have a chance to evade. Nope, you can't dodge it. Melville here gets an evasion boost. Tad here gets an undodgeable shot as well. So you can kind of see. Rosie gets an attack boost if she's crouching. Vice gets a first aid boost. So again, even those bonus potentials are different per unit. So it helps like diversify units even more. So that not everybody is the same, even when they level up. They're not all going to get the same bonus potentials. And also, just as a note, these potentials can change over time, depending on, well, at the very least for like your main story characters, these potentials can change over time because of story events and chapters and the like. So, you know, Alicia's not stuck with like Country Red and Maternal forever. She does get different ones and more, as you see with the Ps. I forget if either one of those actually changed. She might be stuck with those anyway. But I want to say this game has side stories with other units. Yes, it does. It has side stories with other units. I forget how you unlock them because I just remember how you unlock them in 4. But those side stories are for basically all these other units that aren't involved with the main plot of this game. All these other people, they have story events with other units, even in ones that are not, you don't have active in your squad. Doing those story events will also give them new potentials and maybe change their potentials from a negative to a positive. It all depends. That gets into a lot of the like the hard minutia and like under the hood stuff of this game.
Come back anytime you're ready to sweat.
That just you'll find out about it as you go. So even though we did that mission, I don't have access to next upgrades just yet. So we'll finish out the ones we can do, which looks like all of our tank ones. Actually, we did unlock tank upgrades, so we get more body tread health and tread defense. We can do more damage, which is, you know, always a good thing. And we have more body defense. And we can pick up one of these upgrades. I would like accuracy, please. I always prefer getting accuracy upgrades in this game, or at least making sure I get stuff that makes that circle as small as possible. You can make that circle very small for some units. Like snipers will basically have a pinprick after a certain point in terms of their accuracy. So like all you really can get with them is, or all you really need to get with them is just within like range of a headshot, and they will get that headshot. No problem.
Hey there! You guys aren't with Squad 7 by any chance, are ya?
Yes, that's us.
Bingo! I've been looking for you. Meaning you, hot stuff, on the tank.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me,
That must make you Lieutenant Gunther, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Oopsie daisy.
What? Hey, you can't...
Ah, nice to meet you too. Now, let's get right to the questions. So, you're the son of the great General Gunther, huh? You look awfully young. How old are you anyway? Must be your first war, huh? What's been the hardest experience so far? Wait, happiest. Funniest. I'd also like to know hobbies, favorite foods, what you do on your days off.
Hey, lady! This is a combat zone. Excuse me, but what are you doing here anyway?
Hey, give me a break, will ya? Scoops are near danger, and I'm near scoops. That's right. The name's Ellet. I'm GBS Radio's top woman reporter. I smell a story. A good story. and you guys are it.
So, you're a reporter?
Very good, I'm a reporter, yes. I've been assigned to Squad 7 to conduct a series of interviews, thank you. Now, let's get back to those questions, shall we?
So, spoilers. That's the person that wrote the book. If it isn't obvious from her asking 1,001 questions right as we first meet her, she's the writer of the book. We won't really find out her full name until later, because you'll notice her name does not match up to the name we've seen already. It's supposed to be kind of a mystery who wrote the book for a little bit until the very end where she's like, oh, here's my full name. And it's like, oh, you wrote the book. But no, she wrote the book. I'll just tell you that now. She wrote the book.
Ugh. Now he's giving interviews? Who does he think he is? Ooh, look at him. Son of some big hero. Please. He's still a schoolboy.
No kidding. One little win and he's the new Grand Duke. Ah, I hate kids. Whatever. He'll learn soon enough. Only one thing matters out there in the field, and that's experience.
And now we just get a whole bunch more tabs. And a couple more things in headquarters. So we'll go through these real quick. Personnel tab. Welcome to all your character profiles. These just tell you about the character, where we currently at or in the story. As you can see, we only have like one paragraph. This will get filled in over the course of the story. As you can see, we can also change outfit for characters that do have different outfits. So you get Welkin in his military uniform and casual Welkin. And the same with Alicia. There's military Alicia and there's casual. More militia Alicia rather than military Alicia. No. In fact, I don't think you can change outfits in this game. Let me go to headquarters and see. And 4, you can change outfits, but that's only because they included a beach level, so you get everybody in swimsuits and stuff. And that's, or everybody in their either regular military outfit or their winter outfits. But they didn't give any bonuses or anything. They were just cosmetic changes. And I don't think you can change clothing here. No. Yeah, no, you cannot change outfits in this game. You are stuck with whatever they look like right now. They might... Wait, no, they don't have situational outfits. Anyway, I guess I'll cover the other stuff since I came in here. Castle Front Street. Say hi to our reporter friend again.
Hey, Lieutenant! Off duty today? Your timing's perfect. There's something I want to show you. Won't take but a minute. Come on. Ta-da! It's the writing on the wall, written and published by yours truly. Why do this when I already have a radio news gig, you say? Sure, I could leave it up to the print news guys, but they're all lapdogs. The government censors everything. And not just a little cut here and there. In some cases, they'll bend the harsh truth into candy-sweet propaganda. I'm so sick of it. I want to give my readers the truth. That includes the bad stuff, too. So, this is my brilliant plan. The writing on the wall.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it. I've never seen Joker 1, and I had no desire to see Joker 1, let alone Joker 2. I do know what happens at the end of that movie, and I find that hilarious.
Some things are only possible in out-of-the-way spots like this.
I cackled to myself when I read that. I'm just like, all right, sure. To quote a reviewer I watched who talked about it. Joker 2 does not like it got made, does not like that it does not like the people that watch it, so it is going to take it out on everyone involved. And I'm like, that sounds right.
Up-to-date, absolutely factual info.
It didn't even, it barely advertised that it was a musical. When anyone who knew anything about the movie knew it was a musical. And apparently the musical parts suck ass. Amongst other things. Anyway, writing on the wall here, this just gives us little news pieces that cover, like, story events and stuff that happen. There's something you can get here every now and again, and I just forget what it is. I forget if this is where you unlock the different squad stories and stuff.
And while you're here, I want to put a book out someday, right? To put the truth in the hands of the people.
Speaking of the fact that she's the one who wrote the book.
But I'm just a radio news grunt, you know? I'll be paying for everything out of my own pocket. So, I figured I'd ask you. Think you could find it in your wallet's heart to help a girl get started? I'd make it worth your while. You guys could feature in the book I write. I still haven't decided what all I want to put in it, but I promise it'll be all about you. See this fat stack of notes? I've got a ton of material already. So how about it? Call it an investment in the future rising star of authordom. Please.
Yeah, she's just a reporter, but also, like I said, she is, oh, we don't have enough money for that. Okay. This is where we get the bonus stories and stuff. We have to have enough money for it.
New editions periodically, so drop by to check it out often. Especially after you've made some headlines on the battlefield. That's the perfect time to strike. I'm counting on you out there, Welkin. You need to keep me supplied with exciting material.
Finally, the cemetery. There is one more place we can go to, but we're not getting there anytime soon.
Paying your respects? Sorry. I suppose that was a foolish question.
Actually, no, sir. I'm not here visiting anyone in particular.
Oh. Then might I ask what brings you to a place like this?
I find it sobering, standing here in front of all those who died in the last war. That and seeing this much death reminds me that humans are just another part of nature.
Don't suppose I've ever heard that before. Judging from your clothes, you're militia.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther. I'm in charge of Squad 7, Regiment 3.
Gunther. I see. Squad leader. Very impressive for a young man.
Not at all, sir. I'm still woefully inexperienced. One wrong order from me and my squad could wind up here. It's a huge responsibility.
You respect the weight of their lives. Here, let me teach you a special order.
An order, sir? I'm sorry, who did you say you were?
Just a leftover from the last war. I'm afraid my orders require some experience, though. I can't in good faith teach them to those who lack the maturity to use them properly. Now, let's see. I'll teach you sniper support today. Use it to request backup from allied snipers to snipe a single enemy target. Well, what is your decision?
All right, we don't have experience to pick this up, but this is how you spend some other experience. If you don't want to spend it on your units, you'll come to the cemetery. Every couple of chapters or so, another order will be available for you to pick up. I believe you have to pick them up in the order they unlock. And I think you can only pick up once per you've played a chapter or played a map, basically. So if you want to get another one, just hop into a skirmish battle, beat it real quick, come back, and the other one will be available. That's how it works in 4, at least, where if you want to pick up these orders like this, you do have to kind of like bounce out, do a map, come back, and it will kind of like cycle up to the next one if you haven't gotten it yet.
I hope we'll meet again.
And then for extra money, you go to our reporter friends, spend it on those extra stories and stuff. And those are in the book, and you can watch them and go through them. Some of them are actually maps too, because I think that is how you unlock SWAT stories with her. Anyway, back to this. Weaponry. Here's just where you can see all the weapons you've unlocked. From the regular ones to also the ones you picked up off the Ace soldiers. The Edelweiss is also here. If you want to look at it. Move it about. Zoom it in. Take a real good look at the model. Oh, that's a save. We'll save. And last up is the glossary, which is just, here's all your terminology in case you forgot what something is. Your locations. History, yada, yada, yada. But we'll go through this next chapter and we'll probably call it there because it'll probably be time by then.
Squad 7's suppression of the enemy camp on the West Bank gave us the foothold we needed. Now we'll join the Army's vassal battalion in Operation Cloudburst to take back the bridge.
All right, Devil Spidey, you have a good night.
Point, crossing the bridge and attacking the eastern camp.
Captain, crossing that bridge means breaching the enemy bridgehead. What sort of on-site backup and supplies can we expect from the Army on this?
The plan calls for the Army to commence its operation after we've struck the bridgehead.
Wait a minute. So we're just being offered up on a platter?
I know how you feel. I felt that way when I was a militia foot soldier too. But sometimes being a soldier means taking on tough missions. Even dangerous ones.
Understood, Captain.
I'm not saying you're wrong, Faldio. Breaching that bridgehead by ourselves is... it's going to be tough.
Captain Virat, may I go observe the area around the bridge?
Observe it? I don't mind, but what do you...
Welkin!
Sergeant Melchiot, what is it?
Oh, sorry to interrupt the meeting.
We're finished, it's fine. Now, I assume there's a reason for your visit?
Yes, Captain. Welkin, I mean, Lieutenant Gunther, the squad, they're at each other's throats.
What?
Please stop them, sir. I tried to, but I couldn't.
You want me to break it up? I don't know. Maybe it'd be better to just let them have it out.
Let them have it out? You can't just ignore them.
I'm not ignoring them. I think it's important that they say what they're thinking. Butting heads over differing opinions can be one way to bring people closer together.
Well, but... that may be, but I still... Look, you can't just sit here while your squad's tearing itself apart. It's not right. Now get a move on, sir.
Hey, Alicia?
Sounds like he's got his hands full.
It's all part of growing as a team.
Hold on! Okay, what's going on here?
You really have to ask, Lieutenant? It's either her or me, pal. Who let her in anyway? You really think I'm gonna work with a dark hair? She'll blow us all up. Besides, I can't stand the stink of her! Her type's got a bad reputation and everybody knows it. No Darksons allowed. You hear me?
Oh yes, I've heard everything you have to say. But I'm still a human being the same as you. Besides,
No evidence exists to substantiate what you call the Darkson calamity. It's a myth.
Excuse me? So what, you're calling me stupid now?
Stop it, that's enough!
Okay, boss man. We won't fight alongside no Darkson. What about that can't you understand? Another thing we ain't doing is taking orders from some hotshot greenhorn.
All right, fine. Now listen and listen good. I'll have that bridge back in Gallia's hands in 48 hours.
Huh?
Now, if my plan fails, which I doubt, then I'll resign. And Squad 7 will be all yours, Largo. But if my plan works, you'll take my orders and like it.
Your funeral, boss man. You sure about this?
Yes, I am.
But... wait a sec. Welkin?
We also got these little, like, side cutscenes we can watch as well. Like I said, not important. You can skip them if you want to.
Welkin?
What's up?
What's up? You just made an insane promise, that's what's up. I'm sorry, Welks. I shouldn't have argued. This is all my fault.
It's nobody's fault, Ace. It's a war. We're all on edge here. And this mission certainly isn't helping. It's little wonder the troops are upset.
Yeah?
That's why pulling this operation off is the perfect way to bring the squad together.
That'd be great if it works. But how can you possibly hope to take back the bridge in just 48 hours?
Well, that's the hard part. Aha!
Huh? Aha, what?
I was hoping, but there they are. Isara, Alicia, think you can do me a favor?
Sure, what is it?
You follow me?
But that's... is that even possible?
Well, Ise, think you can make it by tomorrow?
Yes, I'll get to work on it now. All right. I'll trust you on this.
Thanks, Alicia. Well, let's get started.
All right, let's hear this brilliant plan. And it's too late to back out, boss man. You got that? So let's hear it.
We're going to strike the enemy encampment on the east bank.
Whoa, hold it. You're asking us to die for you? One squad ain't breaching that bridgehead, buddy boy. That would be suicide.
We're not taking on the bridgehead. We're taking on this, the river. We'll use the fog as cover as we cross the river, then launch a surprise attack.
Oh, come on. Is this just some game to you, boyo? Swimming a couple of foot soldiers over there ain't gonna do much if we got no tanks.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. Isara?
I've fitted the Edelweiss with water-resistant measures to allow for submersion. It will only hold for a few minutes, but it should be enough to cross.
Hold on just a sec. Ships come through here. It's gotta be too deep for a tank.
We're covered. Look, see that over there?
What's that? Grass?
Missile reed, a tall aquatic plant found in the estuaries of some rivers. I noticed them when I came down to observe the river. This stretch runs shallow. Shallow enough for a tank to drive across. Trust me on this.
First, the Edelweiss will cross over and clear out any Imperial patrols on the shore.
then Lieutenant Gunther will send up a flare, signaling the rest of us to follow by boat.
Right. Now let's get started. I'll see you on the other side.
You hear something? Yeah, I do. What is it? Beats me.
Spidey gets to miss out on this.
The Edelweiss swims just fine. Fall in, 7's!
Let me brief you on Operation Cloudburst. We'll be working with the Vassal Defense Battalion.
Alright, so we got to do this in 10 turns.
Operation Cloudburst is set to begin. I know you can all make this work.
Take down the bridgehead as quickly as possible. Squad 7, move out! All right, that's every...
You're crazy. You know that, right?
Incoming message from Squad 1 leader Faldio Lancet on the west bank, sir. Enemy company in motion, presumed headed east across the bridge toward our position.
A full company? That's bad news for us.
We'll have to move fast. We're taking that camp before the cavalry rolls in.
It's telling us about potentials. Already talked about that. Okay. What does that enemy camp look like? Oh, so we just have a tank there?
No problem, boss. Enemy spotted! Enemy spotted! Enemy spotted! It's over! Enemy spotted! I see one!
Let me get my sniper up high.
I see an enemy.
Wow, that did not kill it. Okay, we're gonna try some shenanigans.
Brace up and get ready to defend yourself.
Now, these orders do last the entire turn.
My turn, okay?
Enemy attack. All units brace for it.
Enemy unit spotted. Moving out. Enemy sighted.
China.
Oh dear.
Moving out.
Use the rubble for cover as you advance.
Oh, she does not have enough. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was not getting that. Okay, that's what I get for trying a speedrun strategy and not knowing how to do it. Okay. Okay, damn it. Oh, whoops. Start over with all the cutscenes. Shoot. All right, hang on. Let me skip the cutscenes real quick. This game does not have like a surrender option and lets you just retry the battle from the beginning. 4 has that. This one does not, unfortunately, because of course it doesn't. That would be helpful.
You hear something?
Let me.
I could probably do that if maybe if the scouts were upgraded higher to have more health. Because even with that defense boost, I was getting shredded by too many of them, so. Okay, I can't skip the briefing. I have to just mash through it. Alright.
Operation.
Alright, we will try this, I guess, just the slow-moving way.
Take down the bridgehead as quickly as possible. Squad 7, move out!
We'll skip this dialogue.
A full company?
Okay,
Order's in order. Hostile detected. So long.
Leave it all to me.
I have to try to get the position just right. I hope for some variance here. Ah, I couldn't get both of them. It's fine.
I got it! Just leave it all to me, folks. You're through! My turn, okay?
Advance cautiously.
Please hit!
Man down. Everybody be careful. Damn it. They're pushing us back.
An order's an order.
Just watch this.
Yeah, Largo being all the way in the back is kind of a detriment here.
Feeling it here.
You're done.
Of course you miss! Damn it, Largo!
Been waiting here.
You're done.
For fuck's sakes, Largo.
Been waiting here.
I had to burn 3 CP just to kill this one stupid, dumb tank. Piss off.
All right.
Good.
An order's an order.
Ah, you... of course you missed. Yeah, stay up there. Ow! Nice sniper.
Welcome. This is your...
So like I said, enemies are not down if they end up in a situation like this. All you have to do is get the... We lose the CP there. We have to get an allied unit like next to them, and then they just get evacuated. They can be picked up.
Right, here I go. Medic! Just a little longer, almost there. You die on me, and I'm taking all your treasure.
Is there anywhere you can hide there?
Perfect!
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Medic!
It won't be long now.
Try to get out of line of sight of that sniper.
I'll take care of it. These paved roads always throw me. Damn, punk!
Yeehaw! Man down. Everybody be careful.
I got it!
Been waiting here.
Yeah, I should have not left my sniper up in that nest. That was my fault. Alright. Guess we'll call in our other sniper.
Here we go!
Make use of the buildings.
Hostile sighted! I'm on it.
Alright. Get Alicia back so we get our CP back.
I see an enemy. Never again. I'm not done yet.
Enemy unit neutralized.
I got it! I see an enemy! Enemy sighted!
Camp occupied. Keep this pace up.
No problem, boss.
Think I can make it all the way back there and up and take out that sniper real quick. Not quite all the way, but almost all the way. And pop Ica again and get there.
Right, here I go.
Try to...
Bang, bang, baby!
Alright, no more sniper.
Perfect!
Who are these guys?
I'll take care of it.
Just watch this.
I'll hit the treads on it, at least.
I'm on it.
Ah, so I should have summoned Alicia at one of the further up base camps. That would have been a better idea.
Come in, Alpha Camp. Alpha Camp.
Welks.
There's nobody left at their camp to respond. Oh, this is bad.
This is Alpha Camp. A patrol unit had a misfire. Condition green. Relax. We're fine.
Understood. Well, you guys keep the fires lit till it's time for our shift.
Between the squad's fast action and that fast talking.
Ow.
Damage minimal.
It's got no tread health, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Thank God Lancer's aim is shit.
Moving out.
Use the watchtowers.
Here we go.
Sit tight. I'm almost there.
Make use of the rubble for cover as you proceed.
Now! Here we go!
Tighten up perimeter defenses.
Just watch this.
Okay, there's that kink.
All right.
Man down.
Right, here I go.
Please hold out just a little longer. Is there anywhere you can hide there?
turn, okay?
There's no time to waste. Man down. Everybody be careful.
My turn, okay?
I had like none of my options here, to be honest. Kind of put myself in a bad position because I didn't have enough CP for it.
What? Alpha? Yes, but... Damn it! I want every last man...
Don't leave me here.
Let's do this thing.
Alright, I'm gonna have Rosie pick up Edie if she can make it. She should. That seems to be enough. It was not. Of course it wasn't. Wasted the CP there. Should have advice to it.
Medic!
Alright, we can get it this turn, but I have to play maybe a bit dangerously.
Hit that camp hard.
That was enough of a gap. Good.
No problem, boss.
Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend. Also, I'm very annoyed that grenade did not kill.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
And that's match. Okay. Good news is, since we had a unit go down and we picked them up, we get a purple heart medal.
The enemy encampment at the bridge's end.
Drawbridge control room secured, Welks.
Excellent. Open it up, East. Let's see how their tanks like the river.
Yes, sir. Ragnite turbines on. Stand by to raise drawbridge.
Also, 5 turns. That was a C rank.
What was that?
It appears that Lieutenant Gunther's plan worked. An impressive start, soldier.
Thank you, Captain.
The kid's crazy. Drove a damn tank right into the stinking river.
Yeah, and I can't believe it worked. I'm still in shock.
All right, you two. Now hold up your side of the bargain and you listen to Welkin.
Yeah.
The kid might got the chops to command, but that don't mean I gotta like any dark hairs.
Hey, come on!
It's okay, Alicia. I'm used to it by now. But I hope... I know the day will come when Darksons can join society as equals.
Hey! Hope I'm not interrupting anything. It's me again, reporting for GBS. Lieutenant Gunther, that was quite an impressive result on your first mission.
Yes, thanks to the squad's hard work, we managed to take back the Great Vassal Bridge.
Any impressions on things to come now that you've gotten your first taste of victory?
Impressions? Well, let's see. Bridges are important. They link the roads that bring people what they need. I'd like to become a sort of bridge, linking my crew together. I think that's my new goal.
Sorry, this is about all I can do. But maybe, once everybody returns, they'll see a couple of lion's paws blooming, and it'll start to feel like home again.
Hey, Alicia! We're heading out soon.
Okay, I'll be right there. Well, flowers, do your stuff.
Chapter 5. The Cloden Wildwood.
Alright, we will stop there for tonight. Did 4 chapters. That's a lot of progress. Don't expect that too often. Also, I have to, when I alt tab out the game, minimizes and goes mute. So we just have to deal with that. Anywho, tomorrow we continue Destiny 2 with Witch Queen proper. Saturday it is TGSR with more Commodore Drive. And Sunday is TBD at the moment. It might be Star Citizen. It might be something else. I'm not sure at the moment, so I listed TBD just to say so. So, anywho, if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate chipping away that affiliate goal. Exclamation point. Social in chat will give you all of our handles for all of our socials. Exclamation point. Discord and chat. This is our link. Drop by. Say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.